I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I know I am, I'm sure I am. I'm H-A-P-P-Y.
I know I am, I'm sure I am. He's H-A-P-P-Y.
Who's that bed for, Gupta?
Very important person.
I wondered why I was getting the clean sheets.
An important person. I wonder if I know him.
I've never read a really important person.
Well, I don't know. What about Archie?
I'm not important, Figgis. Unusual, yes, but not important. I suppose I'm just someone that you don't easily forget.
Well, you're right there, Archie. I've tried.
Mark you, I'm not saying that I couldn't have been important. Of course I could. It's just that I didn't get the breaks, that's all. Fortune's never smiled on Archie Glover. If it had, that bed could have been mine.
Oh, I shouldn't worry about it, Archie. He can't be that important, otherwise he wouldn't be coming on this ward. As you know, he's got to take his own stitches out, Gupta.
Quiet, Figgis. You don't want that kind of talk in front of our esteemed visitor.
Who is he, Gupti?
Member of Parliament.
A member of Parliament? What's he doing in here? Why doesn't he have a private room?
Doesn't want any special treatment. He wants to be in a public ward with the common people.
Oh, well, that tells me everything. He's a phony.
Well, what makes you think that? Why shouldn't he suffer with the rest of us? He may be a member of Parliament, but don't forget we put him there.
Well, you may have done, Figgis. I certainly didn't. He'd probably arrive in a cloth cap and boots and expect us to call him Fred.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I know these champagne socialists. They preach equality and send their sons to Harrow.
Well, why shouldn't his son go to Harrow?
Thought you didn't approve of that sort of thing.
Well, that's where you're wrong, Norman. I don't believe in levelling down. I believe in levelling up. I think everybody should go to Harrow.
Well, that's impossible, Finn.
Why is it?
Well, it'll put a terrible strain on the school toilets, for one thing.
You know your trouble, Norman. You're politically naive. We've got to fight capitalism with its own weapons. Why should they have the benefits of a superior education?
I hadn't thought of it like that.
Well, of course you hadn't. You don't understand. What you are, Norman, is a blank page waiting to be written on by life.
Well, I don't think life's going to write very much, except possibly Norman Binns failed.
What do you mean? What's the matter, Norman?
I got my redundancy notice this morning.
But they can't do that. Don't they know you're in hospital?
Yes, it came with my get well card. They said they were sorry, but they had to make cutbacks.
Well, I think that's scandalous. They can't do that to a sick man. They can't hold you responsible for your appendix.
No, but I had a lot of time off with migraine last summer.
Oh, and I suppose the boss didn't believe you.
No, not after he saw me at the test match.
So you went to the test match. Fresh air is good for migraine.
That's what I told him, but he didn't believe me. I wouldn't have minded, but he was off with sinus.
You see, one law for the rich and one for the poor. It'll do you good to meet this man, Norman, just for you to see there are still people who care, who can identify with a working man. And you can tell him from me, Gupta, I, for one, will be proud to share a room with him.
He will be surprised.
Why?
He's a conservative.
What?
Oh, well, that puts a different complexion on things.
It certainly does. It's a cheap publicity stunt. It's vote-catching. That's what he's doing.
I thought you said you'd be proud to share a room with him.
Shut up, Norman. You don't understand politics.
I've always wanted to be a politician. I've got the voice for it. The presence. The ability to sway people, bend them to my will.
My Uncle Charles would like that.
Was he a politician?
No, he was with the Prudential.
I'm talking about politics. I just see myself waving my order paper aloft and bringing the House to its feet.
Yeah, baying for the return of the death penalty. You'd have made a wonderful Home Secretary, Archie. The first one to bring back the branding iron.
Oh, shut up, Figgis.
I hope you're not arguing politics again. I don't want any of that when Sir Julian arrives.
Oh, no. Not Sir Julian Briggs.
Yes, what's the matter, Figgis?
Well, nobody likes him, not even the Conservatives.
I like him.
You would.
Is he on the right wing?
Right wing, he's practically in the stands.
I would remind you, he was deputy leader a few years ago.
Only because the Prime Minister wanted to keep his job. He always said, you may not like me, but look at the alternative.
That's enough, Figgis. I don't want any politics when Sir Julian arrives. He needs a complete rest.
What's wrong with him?
Infected tonsils, keeps losing his voice.
I'm not surprised, all that rabbiting.
I wish it had the same effect on you, Figgis. Now, I've told you, I don't want any political argument.
But man's a political animal, Doctor. How can we divorce politics from life?
I don't know, Figgis, but we're going to have to try. It's important we make a good impression. We need friends in high places. You're well aware that trying to close this hospital, now it's up to us to show Sir Julian that despite the cuts, we're still a caring and humane institution.
Here, here.
And if you're going to spoil that impression, Figgis, you're out on your neck.
Oh, charming. What happened to all the humane and caring bit? I suppose you're saving all that for Sir Julian. I can just see you all fawning round him.
I do not fawn, Figgis. No one who knows me can accuse me of fawning. Fawning is not in my nature.
He's coming, Mr. Dodd. He's coming.
Right, all right. Now, just behave normally, Gupta. Whatever that is. Everything is under control. Gupta, the flowers. You've forgotten the flowers by the bed. Quickly, the flowers. Now, remember, everyone, no politics. That's an order. Sir Julian, how nice to see you again. I hope you're going to be very comfortable here. I'm afraid since you asked for a general ward, this is the best we can offer.
Well, just treat me as an average patient, Thorpe.
Of course, though no one can think of you as average, Sir Julian.
Still no special privilege.
I understand. Wonderful spirit. Gupta, turn back the sheets for Sir Julian.
Ah, no.
No?
No. Must have a bed by the window.
Bed by the window, Sir Julian. No problem at all. Put Sir Julian's bed by the window, Gupta. Please. There. Now, I think you'll find this more comfortable. Now, I want you to have a real rest, Sir Julian. But what's more important, a complete break from politics.
Ah, splendid.
Keep the red flag flying. What are you two preening yourselves for?
We're having our photographs taken.
With Sir Julian.
Blimey, he's really got you two going, hasn't he? I thought he wanted the quiet life. All he wants is publicity. Where is he anyway?
Visiting geriatrics.
Yes, the old people are very dear to his heart. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. He's done a lot for the old age pensioners.
Well, he hasn't done much for the rest of us, has he? We're the ones who need help. There was a time when you had to keep your old granny. Now she has to try and keep you. We both catch him, that's all he's doing. He'll be up in maternity next, kissing a few babies. That should mark them for life.
Right, now perhaps a few pictures with my fellow patients.
Of course, Sir Julian. This is Glover.
Ah, Glover. Try and get the suffering in that face, will you? Sorry about taking your spot, old man, but I must have a bed by the window so that I can wave to my well-wishers and followers, you know. Because they can't all come up here to see me.
Oh, I don't know. You are allowed 2 visitors.
Oh, that's all right, Sir Julian. I was sick of looking out of that window anyway.
Ah, I see you're the kind of man who finds enforced idleness irksome, Glover.
Absolutely, Sir Julian.
Middle management?
Yes.
I thought so. Backbone of the country.
Quite. Export or die, Sir Julian.
That's the spirit. Where do you work?
I'm out of a job at the moment.
Oh. Well, never mind, Glover. In the battle against economic recession, we're bound to suffer a few casualties.
A few casualties? It's a massacre.
And this is Norman Binns.
Ah, Norman. We're relying on people like you.
Are you?
The future of the country is in your hands. No, get him smiling at me.
He's got nothing to smile about.
Why not?
He's redundant.
You must be Figgis.
That's right.
Yes. Just a quick one here. Well, we may not share the same views, but that's no reason why we shouldn't shake hands.
Hey, wait a minute. Can't we have another one?
Oh, want one for the album, do you?
No, I want to make sure I'm scowling this time.
That's enough, Figgis.
That's all right. I may not agree with what you say, Figgis, but I'll defend with my last breath your right to say it.
I shouldn't say that round here. Your last breath may come sooner than you think.
Figgis.
That's all right. Let him have his say, Doctor. That's the joy of living in a democracy. You wouldn't get away with that in Russia, you know. I know they're all supposed to be equal, but some are more equal than others.
You mean some have 3 pillows and a bed by the window?
I wonder, Sir Julian, if you'd care to have a picture taken signing our petition.
What petition?
The petition to save the hospital. We've been threatened with closure, Sir Julian, and some of us are very concerned about it.
May I see it?
Of course. Nearly everyone signed it, patients and staff. Figgis has been collecting more signatures this morning. It would be a feather in our cap if you added yours to them. Pass me the petition, Figgis.
Oh, actually, it's not quite ready yet,
Of
Doctor.
course it's ready. Now, have a look at that, Sir Julian. Look at those names. See what the patients think of this hospital.
Yes, I see.
I thought you'd be impressed.
Oh, I am, yes. Heinrich Himmler, Crippen, Marquis de Sade, Count Dracula.
What? Figgis! What's the meaning of this?
I knew I shouldn't have taken it down to psychiatric. Excuse me.
Figgis!
I know I am, I'm sure I am. I'm a 51. I know I am. sure I am. H-A-P-P-Y.
Now then, Sir Julian, are you comfy? Would you like another pillow or fresh orange juice? Ah, your fruit bowl is empty. Let me fill it for you.
Oh, yes, thank you, Captain.
Now, Sir Julian, perhaps you'd let me open some envelopes for you. You mustn't overtax yourself.
Grovel, grovel, grovel.
What was that, Figgis?
Isn't it about time he started helping with the tea?
You can't expect Sir Julian to make the tea. He has an operation tomorrow, and he's got all this post to get through.
Yes, I must say the response has been absolutely outstanding.
So I've noticed. What are they? Don't get well cards?
As a matter of fact, they are mainly from old-age pensioners wishing me well and thanking me for my help and advice.
I need help and advice.
Do you? Why, what's your problem, Norman?
I'm redundant.
Oh, well, never mind. Shoulder to the wheel. There's plenty of work about if you look for it.
Quite right, Sir Julian. 3 million unemployed, and you still can't get a window cleaner.
I couldn't be a window cleaner. I can't go up ladders. I get nosebleeds.
That's not the spirit, Norman. These are difficult times. We need hard work, effort, sacrifice. Your country needs you, Norman, even if it's only digging holes in the road.
Digging holes?
Well, at least it's got you down off that ladder.
I don't want to dig holes.
Well, what about the army? Wonderful life.
Make a man of you, Norman.
The army. Would it mean leaving home?
Of course it would mean leaving home. Unless you plan to shoot your gun from the bedroom window.
I couldn't shoot anyone. I might be able to do something with electronics. If I could travel from home, I couldn't leave Mother at the moment.
You see, Sir Julian, that's the trouble with the youth of today. They've gone soft. He won't go up ladders. He won't dig holes. He won't even leave his mother. Do you know, he's had that teddy bear with him ever since he came in here.
It's a mascot.
No, it's not. You cuddle it.
Well, why not? There's nothing else to cuddle around here.
Well, I think it's decadent. The army would do him good.
Yes, it's a wonderful opportunity, Norman. You could travel, see the world.
Blow it to bits.
No, I don't think it would suit me, Sir Julian. You see, I'm a pacifist, really.
A pacifist? I might have guessed it. Well, in my book, a pacifist is just another word for a coward.
Who are you calling a coward?
You, mother's boy.
I am not a coward. I am a pacifist. That means I don't believe in violence. I know what you're going to say. Bring back national service, but I don't want to shoot people. And the next time you call me a mother's boy, I'm going to shove your teeth down your throat.
That's the trouble with these pacifists. No sense of humour.
Excellent, Sir Julian. Now, I think perhaps a little light lunch washed down by a spot of Chablis.
Chablis?
Well, we keep a few bottles by for the special guest. Or perhaps first a refreshing bath with a few aromatic oils and spices and a rub down with the fluffy towels.
You're going to a lot of trouble, aren't you, Thorpe?
Nothing's too much trouble at the General. I'll bring in the TV this evening. There's a party political broadcast on behalf of the Labour Party. That should be good for a few laughs.
Yes, right.
Now, I was wondering, Sir Julian, if you've thought any more about signing our little petition.
Yes, I have thought about it, Thorpe, and I'm afraid the answer is no.
What?
Well, I'm deeply concerned by the rising costs of the health service, and since I've been in here, I've been able to see the problems at first hand. So far, I've seen nothing but waste and extravagance. As far as I can tell, this hospital is no more than a five-star hotel for wasters, scavengers, and malingerers.
But, Sir Julian...
Ever since I've been in here, I've been surrounded by nurses, doctors, pandering to my every whim. No wonder 70% of the health service cost goes in salaries. Well, the whole place is clearly overstaffed.
But, Sir Julian...
And now, if you don't mind, I'm going to the bathroom, where no doubt I shall be invited to immerse my body in ass's milk, accompanied by 6 festal virgins.
I blame you for this, Figgis. You have what he said, scavengers, wasters, and malingerers.
Well, don't look at me. You were the one who was pushing the Chablis and the fluffy towels. Wait till you hear about this at number 10. Oh, I wouldn't like to be in your shoes.
Yes, you're right, Figgis. It's been a slosh-up. Years of experience down the Swanee and not an OBE in sight. I never asked for much, just a little recognition. It's not too much to ask, is it? God, they're even giving them to tap dancers these days. Where'd I go wrong, Figgis? I mean, all I did was observe the niceties. After all, patients are people.
Yes, I do understand, Doctor. And if it means anything, I'm very sorry.
That's all right, Figgis.
Oh, Doctor? You haven't got a spot of that Chablis for over here, have you?
Chablis? Certainly not. Where do you think you are, Figgis? Claridge's?
Hello, what's this? Teddy in the waste bin?
I've thrown it away, Fig.
What for?
Stuffing's coming out.
That's not the reason. It's those two, isn't it? They've made you ashamed of him. All that youth of today stuff.
Perhaps he's right, Fig. Perhaps I am a mother's boy.
So what? Half the pilots in the Battle of Britain were mother's boys. Always climbing into their Spitfires with their teddy bears under their arms.
I didn't know that.
Certainly, and most of them were pacifists. In the event of a war, this house will not fight. Oxford Union, 1939.
That's how I feel. I hate violence.
You could have fooled me. I thought you were going to throttle him.
Do you think the younger generation's decadent?
No, they always say that. My father called me decadent for listening to Stan Kenton and wearing crepe soles. Now, come on. You take Teddy Bear back and shut up.
Thanks, Fig. Where is Sir Julian?
He's out on the terrace, but it's all right. Don't worry. You can peel a few oranges for him while you're waiting.
Why are you making so much fuss of him, Gupti? Very important man, and I want to ask him a favour.
Oh, yes. I thought there'd be a catch.
My cousin needs his help. Is he in his constituency?
No, he's in Delhi. He cannot get a permit. And I'd very much like to see my dear cousin again.
Oh, I'm sure he'd be glad to help you there, Gupta.
Do you think so?
He's working day and night to bring you people together.
You mean he could bring my cousin over?
No, he could send you there. It's what they call repatriation.
What?
Gupta, get me another drink of orange juice, would you?
Your own bloody orange juice.
What's the matter with Gupta? Huh? Doesn't he know I'm having my operation this afternoon?
Oh, it's this afternoon, is it? How are you feeling, then?
I'm fine, thank you, Figgis. Fine. Now, you don't mind? I must get on with my correspondence. Oh, no. And at a time like this...
What is it?
We are going to get you, Briggs, if it's the last thing we do. Prepare to meet your maker. Signed, a friend.
A friend? I wonder who it's from.
Oh, it's the usual sort. Childish, ill-educated scrawl.
Could be one of the doctors.
I say, Thorpe, is that blood?
Sorry about that. Only a bit short of staff in the laundry.
But I'm having my operation this afternoon.
No, not today. They're stacking up 3 deep down in the theatre. You can't get in there for trolleys. That reminds me, Gupta, my compliments to Mr. McGregor. Ask him if he's got a few scalpels with an edge to them that were crying through murder this morning. And go to the fishing tackle shop. Get some nylon. A breaking strain about 3 pounds. That should hold the blighters.
I'm sorry, Mr. Top. I'm rushed off my feet. I don't have a moment to spare.
I understand, Gupta. You've been in duty far too long. Why don't you go and put your feet up in the broom cupboard?
I would, but there are 2 in there already.
You see, our problem, Sir Julian, we're just so terribly overworked. We'll soon have the patients rolling bandages again. You're all right. We're looking rather pale.
I'm not surprised, Doctor. You've heard of a get well card. He's had a drop dead card.
Dear, oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that. I wouldn't take it too seriously.
No, but could we have a porter on the door?
A porter on the door? Oh, no, I'm afraid we can't run to that. You'll probably have to push your own trolley.
Oh, I don't think I can face this. It looks terrible.
What? Wait a minute. We can't be too careful. Not after that death threat. Let me taste it for you, Sir Julian.
Oh, God.
Oh, my dear fellow, I couldn't possibly let you do that.
Nonsense, it's the least I can do. After all, I'm expendable, but the party, the country needs you, Sir Julian.
Do you mean the leadership?
She can't last forever, you know.
I'm afraid I have enemies within the party, Glover.
No, we know who's out to get him. It's the Conservatives.
Quiet, Figgis. I'd just like you to know, Sir Julian, that if you are attacked, I consider it my patriotic duty to interpose my body between your attacker and yourself. After all, I'm a sick man. What have I got to lose?
What exactly is the matter with you, Glover?
Well, It's a mystery ailment that has baffled the keenest brains of this hospital. There's not much hope, I'm afraid. But through you, Sir Julian, I can still have my moment of destiny.
Oh, I say, that's terribly noble of you.
It's nothing. What have you got there, Norman?
It's a parcel for Sir Julian.
Oh, well, look, let me help you to open it, Sir Julian.
Just a minute, where'd you get that from?
A man gave it to me in the hall.
Well, do you know him?
No, he was a stranger.
A stranger?
What are you suggesting, Figgis?
Well, nothing, honey. I thought I heard it ticking.
Ticking? Do you mean...
You know what you've got there? It's a get-well bomb. It could go off any minute.
My God, what are we going to do?
Well, just keep calm, Archie, and don't move a muscle.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Figgis. Now, Glover, I want you to take this parcel from me very slowly.
Wait a minute. Why don't you take it from me very slowly?
What about your patriotic duty, Archie?
Stuff my patriotic duty! I didn't say anything about bombs.
All right, just put it down on the table and move very slowly away.
I can't hear it ticking.
It stopped! There's only seconds left!
Well, we can't leave it here. There's maternity upstairs. What about the babies? They've got their whole lives before them.
And what do you want us to do? Take it down to geriatrics?
Well, we've got to do something.
Don't be a fool, no one put it down!
I'll get rid of it. I'll throw it out the window. No, I'll put it in a cupboard. No, I'll take it downstairs.
What's all this noise? What's this, Norman?
It's a bomb.
What bomb? A bomb?
What is it?
It tastes rather like chutney.
And you said it was ticking.
Well, it might have been. These homemade preserves can get very volatile when they start to ferment.
I don't think there's any danger. It's all right, you can come out now, Sir Julian. I hope it wasn't too much of a shock for you.
Well, no, I wouldn't say shock exactly, no.
Do you know what are you doing under the bed, looking for your collar stud? I never thought I'd see you in this position, Sir Julian, no? This will make a very amusing story.
And what a chapter for your autobiography. A Surgeon Remembers.
You're not writing a book, are you, Thorpe?
Well, I may have to take to the pen if the hospital closes.
Oh, yes. Well, I've been thinking about that, and perhaps I will sign your petition after all.
Of course, Sir Julian. Figgis? Figgis has been collecting more signatures. Real people this time.
Well, would you like me to sign?
After the last signature.
I see. You mean after Margaret Thatcher and Sir Keith Joseph?
Figgis!
I'm H-A-P-P-Y, I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I know I am, I'm sure I am, I'm H-A-P-P-Y. Yes, I'm H-A-P-P-Y, I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I know I am, I'm sure I am, I'm H-A-P-P-Y. Oh yes, I'm H-A-P-P-Y. Yes, I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I know I am, I'm sure I am. Yes, I'm H-A-P-P, only when I laugh. H-A-P-P-Y.